Hi guys, this is gonna be my TCC update. I haven't been on because one, I was sick with the flu. Lee had it a couple weeks ago, and apparently I got it from him. So I wasn't on because of that. Gabriel had a cold, so it wasn't pretty. So I wasn't feeling good, but another reason I wasn't on last cycle 11, of course. Not pregnant. I took it extremely hard this cycle. I have never cried so much on a cycle before. Because we are rounding the 1 year mark. And it just, every cycle that goes by that you get that negative and the witch shows up, it just gets harder and harder. And I had an emotional breakdown. I couldn't hold it in. Aunt Flo showed up in the morning. I believe it was the 18th. Yeah, the 18th, and I was getting that ready that morning to get the house ready to show the house again. And I was upstairs vacuuming Gabriel's room, and I just lost it. Thank God Lee was there, and he was there to comfort me, but it just got really hard. Because also during my fertile window, month 12, it's not gonna happen. I will be at my grandparents' house for Easter, so I don't think we have a flying chance at anything this cycle, unless perhaps the days before I'm leaving on Thursday. So I haven't been doing OPKs or anything. Lee gave me the go ahead to get maca because I think he's had enough. Like we said, we don't really want to do the doctor thing right now because a lot of it right now is because a lot of you don't have a child already, but when you're trying to conceive and you already have kids, it is extremely hard. It is you worrying about your child, you're worrying about other things. I'm basically, even though Lee works all the time, but I take care of the bills, I do all the cleaning and stuff, and it stresses you out. And then on top of that, you guys know where our house is on the market, so the stress of getting everything ready every time somebody at the drop of the hat wants to come and look at the house, it's just very stressful. And I think that's a lot of the problem right now is the stress, because there's no way I cannot de-stress myself being a mother, and it's just everything going on with the house and everything. It's just very impossible. Things going on with the stepkids, and I don't want to cry, but I'm just having a really hard time right now with stress. And I have noticed over the past maybe 4 or 5 months, especially with having the house on the market, my anxiety has been through the roof, and I don't want to get to the point where I'm having panic attacks, because I've had them in high school, and there's times I have to stop myself from getting to that point. And it's like stuff with the house, they want to come sometimes when Lee's not home. And there's one time I showed the house when the realtor was not with these people, which shouldn't have been done in the first place, because that's the whole reason you hire a realtor, is for them to show your house and to be there when they show your house. But this realtor is just really off the wall, and these people showed up at the house one day, called the realtor, said they were in the neighborhood, which of course I think was a complete lie. And I was home by myself with Gabriel, and I do not feel comfortable letting people in my house without my husband here. It's for safety reasons for me and my son, and I will never do that again, because it caused me so much anxiety to do that so every time one of the realtors has to be here, or they're not getting in. And most of the time they try to do it now when Lee gets off of work, because it's just too stressful for me. But as it stands now, we're looking at getting offers in, so hopefully we'll be out of here in the next 2 months. And my mom seems to think that once we get settled in the apartment, which we can't look at apartments until we get an offer in to start looking at them. So hopefully the next 2 months we'll be out of here, and I can have a whole bunch of stress lifted. My mom seems to think that we'll get pregnant then. I'm pretty much at the point where I don't know. It's just too hard going month to month, especially when. So I'm not saying because I know a lot of people on here have just gotten their big fat positives, and I'm so happy for them. I'm not trying to look like, oh, I'm not happy for you, and I'm not excited, because I am. It's just and it's not even friends on here. It's people closely related to me, like my stepdaughter, and she was calling me constantly with morning sickness and everything else, and that's just really hard for me to go through when you're trying to conceive. And it's like, you're not in that position, and she's coming to me instead of her mother for answers. And once in a while, I cry it out, I get over with. It's just last time it really hit. I had the biggest thing. Usually right before Aunt Flo, I get my boobs, they'll be the nipples will hurt for, I know TMI, but they'll hurt for like a little bit, and then they'll go away, and then they won't come back, and they don't last that long. This time, for a week and a half before Aunt Flo was due, my breasts were hurting so much. I mean, I could not move, I could not do anything without them hurting, and they were so sensitive. And we shot for sure I was pregnant, and I think that's why I took it so hard, because that was like I was. And then it always seems around the time I'm supposed to get Aunt Flo is when I start getting sick, and it just throws me off. And then after that, I started having, the flu symptoms and everything, which, turned out to be the flu. So, I don't know, I guess I don't know if I'll get it before we move, or when we move, we'll do the maca. See what that does, and I guess we'll go from there. I don't know. So, on a year now. Yep, not happy about that. But it's got to be in us somewhere. I mean, he's got 3 kids. I have Gabriel. There should be. I don't have any symptoms. I'm not irregular. I think a lot of it is Emily says I'm gonna die at an early age, because I stress about everything, and it's just something I can't help. That's always how I've been. I've always been high strung, and it's just when things pile up one on top of each other like they have in the past couple months, it's really hard to decrease that right now. So I'm hoping when we move, everything will go back to normal, and then we'll get pregnant. So, I'll talk to you guys later, and I love you guys. Bye.